One of the hardest things for us to learn how to do in this life is to become the people who we were created to be. Now, when I say it is hard, it does not necessarily mean that it is impossible. It doesn't mean that it has to be extremely complicated, and it doesn't mean that it's out of reach. It is hard, though, in the sense that we have to undo a lot of things that we have been learned. We have to undo a lot of teachings. We have to experience the different memories and feelings that may come up that we've experienced from different areas of our life at different points in our life. And we also have to really come to terms with what is it that I actually want in my life? Who do I really want to become? What does the most ideal, higher version of myself look like? What does that person do? What does that person think? What does that person eat? How does that person walk? What kind of people does this person surround themselves with? How do they treat other people? How do they think about themselves? How do they take care of themselves, whether it be hygiene or the way they dress or the habits that they have on a day-to-day basis, whether it be relating to their money, their relationships, their career, their home, their clothing, their children, their parents, their family members, all different things. We grow up in a society that has basically told us what to do. Almost every society and almost every culture has a certain set of rules and guidelines and belief systems and norms of what is considered acceptable and unacceptable. When we grow up in a certain society that may not necessarily be for us, meaning that it may not be aligned with who we are and who we want to be and what we believe in and the life that we want to create, when we're in those types of environments, it can be very difficult to actually feel like we belong. We may start to question ourselves. We may start to think, okay, is there something wrong with me? Did I do something bad? Am I being like a selfish person? Am I the one who needs to change? And more often than not, a lot of people come to find that that may not necessarily be the case. We cannot control where we were born. We cannot control the family we were born into. We cannot control the past. What we can control is what we do today. That is not easy all the time. It is one of the hardest things for us to do, to change who we are. By that meaning how we are showing up currently. Am I actually the person who I want to be? Am I acting like the person I want to be, more specifically? Am I showing up as the person I want to be? What even is that? Is even a better question. And many of us find that as we go through life, we learn more and more of what that is and what it looks like. Some people refer to this as coming into our own. Some people refer to this as being the person that God created us to be. Some people refer to this as being our higher self or connecting with our higher self. Some people may use an alter ego or a person that we aspire to be like, a different type of personality that helps us to step in to who we want to be. Being authentic takes courage. Being authentic may be uncomfortable, depending on where we are currently, our current environment, the situation that we're trying to be authentic in, the people we're surrounded by, the culture that we are in, also our past experiences. Many of us were shunned at an early age of being our authentic selves. You are too loud. You are not allowed to do that. You can't do that. How dare you? Those might be some things that we are taught as children. Those may be some things that we think we need to continue to subscribe to throughout the remainder of our life. Don't be too loud, and then you'll get people to want to be around you. Don't rock the boat, Make sure everything is peaceful. Otherwise, people will leave you. People will judge you. People will talk about you. Don't look this certain way. You won't be able to attract a partner. Don't be too rigid. Don't be too strong of a personality. Don't be weak. Don't be too quiet. Don't be too loud. Don't speak your mind. Just go with it. Don't ask questions. There's so many different things that we might have been told. And it's up to every one of us if we decide that we want to go on this path of development in our life journey. We have to decide if we are willing to actually look at what those beliefs are. What was it that I experienced in my life at different parts of my life that have shaped my thoughts and who I am today? What is no longer serving me? It may even be a good idea to see, did this serve me in some way for a period of time, but now I'm outgrowing that. Now it has reached its purpose. It no longer belongs in my life. It no longer makes sense for me to keep these belief systems in order to become the person that I want to be. Are these belief systems holding me back in different areas of my life? Every area of our life has certain beliefs attached to it, and each person has their own beliefs, their own patterns, their own experiences. We may have many commonalities with other people, but each and every one of us are unique in our own ways. No two people are exactly alike, regardless of how many commonalities we may have. No two people were in the exact same place in the exact same time, having the exact same experience, having the exact same perception. There may be similarities again, but no two people are 100% identical. I would encourage every one of you to really take that leap of faith and meet yourself where you are at currently. When we meet ourselves where we are at, we can be more kind and more compassionate towards ourselves. We can ask ourselves, where am I today? What's going on in my life right now? Where do I live right now? What kind of clothing do I wear? What kind of books do I read? How do I spend my time? What kind of relationships do I have in my life? Am I in a current romantic relationship? Do I have any friends that I feel are close to? Do I trust these people? What is my relationship with my family like? What are my finances like? Do I have a job that I actually like? Do I have a job that is meeting my needs and feels fulfilling? Do I have a job that is serving me? Do I like the people at my job? Do I like the kind of work that I do? Do I eat the right kind of food? Do I drink enough water? Do I hydrate? Do I bathe enough? Do I brush my teeth enough? Do I go to the doctor enough whenever I need to, or for a regular checkup if we have the means to do that? Do I actually like my doctor? Do I like their philosophy on medicine and healing? Or do I want to try a different approach? When we look at all the different areas of our life and really start to reflect on each and every one of them, we may see that there might be some areas that maybe we don't like necessarily. Maybe we feel like it's not really serving us. Maybe we feel like there might need to be some changes. And when we do get to see that, we can take a step back, ideally breathe a little bit or reconnect with ourself or the divine if that is something that we believe in. And we can say, what can I do realistically? What is in my highest good in all of these areas of my life? What needs to change and what is in my control to change? How can I change these? And am I willing to change? If I see everything that needs to change in my life, what then? And that is one of the hardest parts of this. What then is going to happen once I see exactly what I need to do to change and to become the person that I want to be? Change is hard because we're stepping into an unknown. For many of us, that is scary in the beginning. And we don't have to change every single thing right away. Some may disagree with that, and that is okay as well. Maybe there are some areas of our life that really are creating problems in our life and the lives of other people that we're surrounded by, and maybe change feels a little bit more urgent. But we can start small. We can see what I can realistically do. What do I think I can do? What makes most sense? What feels doable? And we can start small. For example, if I haven't been to the dentist in over 2 years, what can I do about that? I can see what dentists are in my area, and I can call and make an appointment. If I have dental insurance, great. If not, do I have enough money for that? If I don't have enough money for that, is there a way that I can save for that? Can I ask for help as well? We don't have to go through all of these changes by ourselves. And it's very common for our mind to create all sorts of limitations as to why we can't change, why we can't do something, why we shouldn't do something. And that is part of the work and part of the journey in this path that we go on. Sometimes asking for help is one of the hardest things for us to do, depending on what kind of upbringing we've had, what kind of culture we live in. In some cultures, even within a certain country, being part of a community and everyone helping each other is normal. Some people, when they die, they're not worried about what's going to happen to their family because they know that their community that they're part of is going to take care of them. Meanwhile, other people in more extreme cases go to all sorts of lengths to make sure that their family is okay, and even then they don't know if their family is going to be okay after they die. Everyone's circumstances is different. But we don't have to go through life on our own. We don't have to go through life figuring it all out just by ourselves. Whether we feel like we actually have people in our life who can be a good support for us or not, every single one of us has within us the divine. Some people call that God. Some people call it consciousness. Some people call it source or spirit or the universe. You can use whatever word feels right for you. And you can change whatever word you use to describe that. We do not need to be fixed and stuck in one thing. We get to explore. We get to be creative. We get to be curious. We get to choose what we spend our time and our energy and attention on. And each and every one of us is capable to some degree of doing this. Some may be a little more advanced, quote unquote, in this. Some people may be a little bit more developed when it comes to this. Some people may just have practiced this more. But this is why we meet ourselves where we are at. Ask yourself how you feel. How do you go about life? How do you feel about life? Are you hopeful? Are you optimistic? Are you negative? Do you have a lot of fear? Are you pessimistic? Are you angry? Are you irritable? Do you feel like no matter how much you try to change or do something or improve a situation, nothing you do gets better, so why bother? Are you always finding yourself finding every single thing that is wrong with something? Or do you have more of a tendency to find every single thing that's right with something? Or are you a little bit in the middle and have a bit of a balance of the two? How does it feel in your body when you think of those things? Do you want to continue that way? One of the hardest parts about these types of questions, and one of the hardest parts about this kind of journey, is that we have to do it alone. Now, I know we said we don't have to do it alone, so that may sound like a contradiction to some of you. We are surrounded by people, unless we are living somewhere in the middle of the woods, where nobody is around, no human being is around. More often than not, most people are surrounded by some form of community, some people that are around them. But at the end of the day, we are the one who lives with ourselves. We are the one who lives with the choices that we make. We are the ones who live with the things that we do and the things that we don't do. We are the ones who live with the fallout of some of the mistakes that we make. Some may even argue that there are no mistakes in life, and that everything is part of a divine plan, and we each have to decide for ourselves if that is a philosophy or a belief system that we subscribe to. Many people may tell us whether or not a belief system is right or wrong. It's okay for us to listen if we want to. It's okay for us to see, does that make sense? Do I want to take that person's feedback or perspective to mind? We practice discernment, and we learn along the way, and we grow. And over time, the more we do this, the more we may start to find that we come into our own. The more we may start to find that we become more confident in ourselves, more confident in our ability to do the things that we want to do, to create the life that we want to have. We become more confident in our ability to change. We become more confident in our ability to create a life worth living. Everyone's definition of a life worth living is going to look a little bit different. And this is where our values come in. Values are what is important to us. Some people may value family and children. Some people might not. Is one better than the other? Some people may value travel and adventure and exploring and experiencing new things. Some people value quiet and solitude and being at home, cuddling with their cat, reading a book, watching a show that they like. Is one better than the other? Some people may value logic and intellect and analyzing, while others value emotion and feeling and intuition and connection. Is one better than the other? Can both exist at the same time? Can we have multiple values? Can our values be different in different areas of our life? Can one value in one area of my life be more important in that specific area of my life rather than another area of my life? These are all the types of questions that we can ask ourselves, and there's so many more that we can ask ourselves. There's almost an infinite amount of questions we can ask, things we can do, ways we can think, thought processes we can have, belief systems we can have. And it's a beautiful and worthwhile journey to go on this. I myself have benefited tremendously from doing this and continue to do it day by day. Every day looks different. It is not always going to be love and light and easy and flowing all the time. There are going to be some days where it may feel hard and it may feel confusing and it may feel overwhelming and it may feel like I'm falling backwards or taking a step backwards. Many people say that healing is not linear. Many people say that it's okay to make mistakes. Many people say that we can give ourselves grace for the mistakes that we do make or the habits that we fall back into. We each have choices that we can make. So what are you choosing today? What do you want to do with your life? How do you want to show up? What does the most ideal version of yourself look like? And what can you do to become that, to truly step into that? If you found this video helpful, I believe that you will like, share, and subscribe. And if not, that is okay too. My hope is that you got something out of this, something that you could take home with you, something that you can learn from, something that you can apply from your life. There's a very famous saying of take what you like and leave the rest. Some people may not really like that saying. Some people may think that you have to absorb everything. But it is ultimately your choice to choose what is best for you. And with that, have a beautiful day.